Well, folks, I did it. If you want to see the behind-the-scenes episodes and all the naughty things that went on Magnum PI, you go to the internet and punch up LarryManetti.com, and Aloha Magnum is there at your reach. I thank you for your loyalty. Take care, folks.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. On the line right now, guys, we do have the beautiful Susan Lucci. Hey, Susan.
Hi. Oh, it's so nice to hear that theme song. Oh, my goodness.
I think that was the original theme song, Susan.
It's wonderful to hear it. It really is. No, it's not the original, but it was there for a very long time,
Absolutely.
this particular version.
Well, now, Susan, I mean, you worked for 30 years on the set of All My Children, and you captured a lot of those memories and kind of behind-the-scenes information in a book you wrote called, was it called All My Life? Tell our listeners a little bit about All My Life.
Yes. I wrote my first and only book. It was out last year. We launched it, and it fortunately, thank you, everyone who bought this book. It became a New York Times bestseller, and that was very gratifying. You know, I think it's the actor's thing. You think, what if nobody wants to read it, or what if nobody comes, you know, to the book launch? And fortunately, it worked out really, really well. And that was quite an experience. Larry, I know you've written a book, too, and it's quite an experience to do it, isn't it?
Oh, it was fun. I mean, actually, I just reread it. I mean, it sounds hokey, but
no.
Yeah, right. It's not fun when you write it, because then after you write it, you wonder if you messed up.
Yes, or if you missed something, or if you should have said, talked about another, and it's very emotional. Mine is my autobiography, and there are some things that, because I've always been really private, I wasn't even sure that I ever would write a book. In fact, I was pretty sure I wouldn't. But over the course of time, some literary agents, publishers had written letters to me, and then one day, I guess maybe 2 summers ago, my son came to me out of the blue, and he didn't know about these letters, and he just said, Mom, I think you should write a book.
Good for him.
So
well, I think you should. I'm glad you wrote a book because, Susan, I'm not blowing smoke. You are an icon. I mean, pinch yourself, and the world wants to know about you.
Absolutely.
So, you owe it.
Well, thank you. I had a great time. There are a lot of things in there that, because I really was always very private, there are pictures from my personal family album, and there are stories certainly about All My Children, but also about Dancing with the Stars, and about Broadway, and about some of the people who came into my life who the audience would have no idea, people who encouraged me along the way, like Sammy Davis Jr., people who helped me, like Marvin Hamlish. They never would have known this. Vincent Sardi, when I was very, very young.
Wow.
From Sardi's restaurant?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know any of this stuff.
No, I'd never talked about it. And so, and there are personal anecdotes and stories. My husband, how he saved my life twice.
Aww.
And
how did that happen?
Different things, and some funny things, and some challenges that we all go through.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
Well, now, Susan, of course, having played Erica Kane for so long, have you ever been on the street and maybe a fan of the show come up to you and ask you or get upset at you about something that happened on the show?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I remember being at a hotel, actually in L.A., and sitting at a swimming pool, and a fan came over, and she just started to really hammer my arm. She was just really letting me have it. And talking to me as if I was Erica Kane, and, kind of took me back, but I got it. I understood where she was coming from, and, yes, many times. But you know what? It's whatever name. I'm really happy to be called at all, and
So, Susan, you have a new show on called Deadly Affairs?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the premise.
Thank you. Deadly Affairs is on Saturday nights at 10 on Investigation Discovery.
Oh, ID Channel, yeah.
ID Channel, which I found out is the fastest growing network on television.
Wow.
Not just cable, but on television.
Oof.
And Henry Schleif, who's the head of ID, presented me with this wonderful idea. He wrote this out, that he thought it would be a great marriage for me to host this show, the new show he had in mind called Deadly Affairs. It's about love triangles gone completely wrong as they can go. Deadly Affairs tells the stories that are true life stories of crimes of passion. And in the presentation, it was so smart and so witty, and pictures of me as Erica Kane with a lot of different men in a lot of different love triangles, and some pictures of me in jail as Erica Kane with, blood on my own hands and on my gown, and he made me laugh. So I thought, I would like to meet this man, and, it was love at first sight. I went and met Henry Schleif and his team, and I thought, this is great, because I wanted to do this show and work with them. I could tell they really got it. I was very sad, as so many people were, and I was shocked completely when All My Children was canceled.
Yeah.
And that's a whole process. But of course, you want to go forward, and you can't go back. And going forward, I knew that I wanted to do something next that I would be excited about as a performer, and also know that I'd be in good hands. And that's the feeling I got with Henry and his team, and that's how I feel on the show. And let me knock on wood here while I'm talking to you. It's doing really, really well in the ratings.
Susan, hang in there. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back right after this.